and create another link and on another side of the show. Yeah. What's this? Act like you don't see the link.
I sent in a link before you could even send the one. You get it, Mr. Right?
Yeah. Oh, 1 second. Yeah. Oh, no.
Maybe you did not see the link that I sent in here before sending it.
Man, that conversation you were having last night and you just played back. I was getting vexed with about the conversation just now. Why
okay, 1 second, Mr. Right? 1 second. Alex, we're going live, so they'll leave out a topic, okay? We're going live now. All right. Mr. Right. Yeah. Before we start the show, what probably y'all do the stuff? Go ahead.
The thing was, you were saying it was not about whether Women Pay was in position or not, but the information that he's giving. Is it true? And if it is true, then it means it should be useful. And then the other colleagues were saying that Mr. Nubo, Mr. Nepe, they were saying he was in the position. Why he didn't say so? But then the argument, even if he did not say so, and he's saying so now, and it is true, he's saying, why don't we make use out of it? That's the part I was getting a little bit frustrated about. It's like,
no, you should not have been frustrated.
You are going one way.
No, you should not have been frustrated. Anyway, to our video audience, video and TV audiences, my name is Christopher J. Nepe.
Mr. David.
Yes, sir.
At one point, you agree with the co-host that indeed what he was saying is not lie. I heard you say that. Because when he asked
the fact that my point was not that
you did say what he said is lie, but the fact that he was, in fact, you used some of the security terms accessory before and after the fight. The fact that he was there, he didn't say so you shouldn't say so now. Is that where you are going? I hope I'm not teaching our conversation.
No, you're not teaching it. But let me ask you a question.
Sure.
You are there in Liberia now, I want to think, right?
Yeah. I'm in Liberia, definitely.
Cool. You're in Liberia and you're working in a community and somebody's being mobbed. You are the only eyewitness there, or the person who could stop that person from being mobbed, and you don't tell the people. You wait until the police arrest.
That's a crime for me at the time I'm doing that. I agree. That would be a crime on me at the time I'm doing that. But equally so, if I committed the crime and then the issue is still coming to light, I can still
I'm not. No, wait now.
I'm waiting.
After the people come and find you out, and then you come and say, "Oh yes, it happened in Chuba." I was right there. Well, what did you do? Why didn't you let us know? And the person have absconded. Now we found the person and you want me to? Well, you want? No. The point I'm making to you here is that no, you're right, but give me a chance. The point I'm making to you here, Mr. Wright, is that wherever you find yourself, no matter what the taxes that you have to perform, you don't see wrong and you close your mouth. You have to be diligent.
Go ahead, I agree with you.
All right. So you post your dismissal from that place, then you come and start revealing the information. The question will be, why did you sit down there? You constructively engage in the attitudes that you are now reporting about.
So
and if it's something worth monitoring, no, that I don't need your information. Perhaps if you have told us, I follow you. I'm talking about being proactive. That's my point. Because if you are providing all that,
Please welcome me with your name. I've been away. Please welcome me.
All right, Mr. I like the smartness that I like that smartness. That's absolutely fantastic, sir. And I'm in error to have just joined in with all recognizing you and welcoming you. Welcome to this. No, when I err, I always like to apologize. And you see me holding on to something, then know that Mr. Nipe is not wrong. He will hold on to that point. But it's a pleasure having the radio audience listening to us as well as those in the TV land. And Mr. Wright, both of you, Archie and Mr. Amos Wright, and Abel Alexander Wulu. It's a pleasure being on set with all of you. And let me send this information out right away to Mr. George Newell, wherever he might be. Please come on set because this is about Liberia. Don't do it like the veteran. The veterans say we don't want to gain chance. But this is about Liberia. If you have a perfect handle on the issues, then you will be given that opportunity to discuss it. But if you just want to talk for talking's sake, then of course there will be interjections, which is a normal thing to do. And this is what we must discuss about Liberia, because Liberia matters. Thank you so much, and welcome, Mr. Amos Wright.
Okay, all right, great. I mean, that's a great startup, ladies and gentlemen. Excellent startup. As a matter of fact, I think we're going to start up on that. We're going to keep that conversation going. But in the meantime, we're going to follow tradition here. Mr. Nipe already introduced himself. Mr. Wright, that come to you. I know you must have did it unofficially while we were on. But can we now, so we're live on air, can you introduce yourself, Mr. Wright, please?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So all those in Radio Land and those on the social media following this, viewers, if you will, my name is Amos D. Wright, a panelist on this show. I come from the background of the CSO, and I also come from the background of nonviolent communication and alternative dispute resolution. I've been away for some time. My health was responsible, but I'm glad that I'm back this evening. And I'm happy that we can learn together. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Mr. Alex D. Wulu, they hear from you, sir. How are you doing today? How's the city of Zulu Whiskey?
All right, so I'm okay, and Zulu Whiskey is okay. We just experiencing cold weather this evening. We experience a rainfall here this evening here in Zweju, but everything is on course. We are doing well. Yes, so I just want to welcome in Mr. Amos D. Wright for a very long time. Thank God I is back, and good evening to you also, Mr. Nipe, and all of you tonight on the show.
Thank you, Mr. Alex D. Wulu, producer. Correct. So I want to say welcome back to the stage, Mr. Amos D. Wright. We're very, very thankful that you are in good health and is able to be here with us tonight. Thank you so much. Having said that, over here in the city of Fredericksburg, Virginia, Commonwealth, we are experiencing excellent weather, beautiful spring weather. It's not too cold, not too hot. We're loving it. The traffic is flowing free. You know, it's not like the way we were a few weeks ago when we experienced a very terrible accident. Now almost shut down the whole city. But we're doing good, and thank God for that. Having said that, I want us to move into the conversation. I think I like the way y'all kick it off. So we're going to kick it off like that again, you know, with the way you guys started. Because I think it's something that we should talk about all the time. I mean, everything we talk about here, it boils down to how we properly manage our resources. We're not happy for Tuareg because Tuareg carries a weapon on his side every time he shows up. We're happy for Tuareg because Tuareg is putting Burkina Faso first. We're happy for Mahama because Mahama is putting Ghana first. We're happy for Niger, Mali, because Tian, and what's the other guy name? God, come on, give me his name. Tian, Gota, Tian and Gota, both Mali and Niger, are putting this country first. Yes, they are putting this country first, my people, through proper management of their resources. And so I'm arguing in with respect to the information provided by former Minister William Pay, that just with that one mineral, the iron ore, the deposit, the commercial value of that deposit is 1.7 trillion Liberian dollars. And I'm saying that's something we should be glad about instead of taking the messages down. We know William Pay is not a model citizen. You know what I mean? Everybody got the thing about William Pay. Yes, that's William Pay. But a lot of what William Pay is telling us. He may not have told us why he was there for that year. I think he was there for a year plus or just a year. He may not have told us. Granted. But does that make what he's telling us invalid? Does that devalue the information he's giving us? Should we say, no, it is not true that the iron ore deposit at Putu Mountain and the iron ore deposit at the Nima Range, the iron ore deposit in Wologisi, the iron ore deposit, I think in Bomina, the China Union, and other people are mining. Those information are not true. Is that what we should believe and dismiss it out, just outrightly? Is that what we want us to do? No, I disagree with that. I beg to differ. Until we take that information and act on it as patriotic citizens, because we know that this mineral is there in the country. As a matter of fact, we consider one of the richest country when it comes to the mineral iron ore. We were the top producer in the world at one point. So we know that the thing is there. And this guy has served in this position. He is not saying this is what I read. He's saying when I was there, this is what I saw. I may not have told you then, but I'm telling you now. That does not mean we dismiss it. It does not mean we dismiss it. It means that we act on it for the benefit of every one of us and the coming generation and for the country of Liberia. Yes, for the country of Liberia. We act on it. That is my 2 cents on that. And let me go to you, Mr. Wright. Since you brought the conversation back, let's come to you.
Yeah, definitely. So, in my view, what is important is the validity of the information. For me, it is not whether the information was supposed to come earlier or it's supposed to come later, but the fact that the information came. If I'm trying to do small work on my side here to do some verification, if the information is verified and valid, then for me, the country still has use for it. If William Pay as a minister did not give it, at the time he didn't give it, yes, I agree it was wrong. He was on board. I know he wouldn't want to give it at the time, and he's giving it now because other people in or charged. But the fact of the matter is that particular information is useful. So the fact that it is useful, we should take ownership of it and see how the country can make use of that information. In my view, that's what it should be. We should not throw the information away or see a leg. Why you not talking ever since? It should not be about why you didn't talk it ever since. It should be about if it is true, then it is true, then it is our information that we can make use of. So let me stop there for now and hear what the other people say.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Mr. Nippet, I go to you, sir.
Well, many of us were distant from that information. Many of us would have thought that when you have people in authority who are in strategic position, the question should not be belated information. The question should be promptness. Because the citizens, when you are promptly informed, instead of coming secondarily with an information, no matter how valid that information might be, it makes sense when you tell the people right away what has happened. We're not beating on Wemope for not giving us a factual information. We're not beating on Wemope that information is not correct. We're not beating on Wemope because the information cannot be fully utilized. We're not beating on him because he's the messenger that is being shot in the leg or in the head. What are we saying? We are saying at the time you were there, this information could have been properly utilized as it can still be utilized. And we surmise, therefore, that if it was still being maintained, it would have been buried under the political carpet. Definitely it would have been buried under the political carpet. And then we will be wandering around here, what's the gross value of the Putu Mountain, the Bia Mountain, which he told us has 6 different compartments, way down in the crust of the earth. Could he not have brought that information, be that as valid as it is, so that we could jump on it? The likes of Mr. Amos D. Wright would have broadcasted it. We would have trumpeted that information on this set as we are now doing. And government will be unable to hide. Because Mr. Pay tells us here that the old world approximately at 100, a little close to $1 billion US, the tonnage that is. And if you go to the market value of 100 and 135 respectively, you took the $100 part, we will be talking about $1.7 trillion. And definitely from the southeastern region to Monrovia will be having skyscrapers. So belated information can sometimes be a wrong thing to do. That's why people always say first-hand information. Because when you provide people with the first-hand information, it gravitates towards finding the appropriate solution. When you bury the information and come up with a late explanation, sometimes you have corrupted the system. So we are not beating on him. No, we are just saying so that others in similar capacity, the finance minister, for instance, will tell us exactly how much money we are operating on. The finance minister, for instance, will tell us what the effect of the loan. The finance minister, for instance, will let us know in keeping with and the planning economic minister will tell us what the money is doing. Those are first-hand valid information. But if this gentleman were to leave the various offices and come post the departure and say, oh, you know that Liberia had what dealing with $2 million US as its budget. But we told you that we're dealing with $800 million. That would be $1.2 $1 million less. So that's the trend of our thought here. That when these people are in the operation of service, like the man in the forestry area where all of the Burkinabes are hiding, you should help the Liberian Immigration Service. You should be able to help the intelligence people. You should be able to help the military with the information. So the other morning when he is fired, and he said, oh, you know, in Kunambo Forest, they were 20,000. These are the kind of things we were talking about. We are not beating our and bringing understanding to bear on this issue. We are not trying to subjugate him. We are not trying to pellet him with disagreement. We are saying to the likes of Waymond Pay, when you are in this position, do not hide from the Liberian people what they need to know, what they must know. You try to come on and say, my people, where I am and my confirmation, I said these things here, but I see the thing going another way. And I want to start right there with your appropriate. Mr. Roy, we can't hear you.
Always forget anything out on mute. Oh gosh, this is crazy. All right, let's say, ladies and gentlemen, Claudia, let's start with you first. Please welcome to the show, man. Introduce yourself.
Thank you very much. My name is Claudia Smith. I recently kind of took the edutainment name, trying to rebrand some social stuff for content creating and stuff like that. So anyways, it's an honor to be here again tonight. I missed all of you. Been following the show closely, and I'm impressed with the level of education that you've been giving everyone. And also I'm happy to be here, especially with our fans that have been following and patient with me. So I'm happy to be back.
Thank you, Madam Claudia Edutainment Smith. It's good to have you back. We're glad you're back on set. Mr. Zaza, I hear you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. All Right. And hello to everyone on the show. I'm sorry I'll be a little bit low because of my environment. So please bear with me, please. My schedule just changed that kind of way. So I put myself in the place that I just have to do it that way. But it's a pleasure to be here. To Mr. Smith, Mr. Nepe, Mr. Numo, Mr. Wright, Mr. Wu, and to our distinguished female among us. Everyone else listening to the outside there, we always consider the privilege to be in your company. I don't know if I can just go ahead now. It's just an introduction. If that's the case, then
before you go ahead. Oh, she dropped. Oh man, I wanted to say why she was here. So go ahead. When she comes back, I'll say it.
Well, okay. So yeah. So I heard I think it was Mr. Nepe was talking about Mr. Fish endeavors being late. But I think I don't know why Mr. Nepe is doing. I don't know if he's being a devil's advocate, but I know he knows very well that when you are in government, you are not free. When you are serving, like right now, even right here on the show, my freedom is limited. That's anything I can say when I'm not on the show. That's anything I can say when I'm on the show. So the same when you're in government. Today, we just heard one of the ambassador at large, Kuyate, has been voted against by the House. Because when you are in the government, your freedom is limited. You serve according to the terms and conditions that govern the government. mean, that govern your position, you know. So maybe Mr. Faye may have had the opportunity, you have seen these things, but he couldn't speak out. Maybe that was not within his reach. Maybe he was threatening his position, or he was putting the government in a position. We had to know when out there and say, European, you are not treating us well. You can't connive with our lawmakers and all the deals you have with us. They do not favor us. And I don't blame you because our lawmakers are being corrupt. People go there and take it from them. You are not even directly at the lawmakers. You are speaking to the international community that brings those kind of laws and about and go with the corrupt on the ground to corrupt the Africans. So that statement, if in my opinion, it was not directly against the Liberian government or Liberian or lawmakers, it was about the European. You can't be here enforcing laws, running away from corruption. Then when you come to our country, you embrace corruption and hurt us. But guess what? He had to go because they feel that was not a government position. So what I'm saying here in my position, I'm not going to hold Mr. Fish responsible or maybe considering to be late. It's because his position, he couldn't speak out. Now that he's out of the government, he's a free man. He can talk now. So for me, I welcome him. Like I said, when I keep saying this is not a new information, but because maybe it's coming from him, so maybe he got weight. But this actually we've been talking here a long time. It's right here. Most of the time we talk about it. You know, we're talking about number. We always send a number to him. We compare the numbers and compare what we have as minerals, and then you get to know that we are not doing well. We've been talking about it here, so it's not strange. But maybe because of the play it comes from, that's why I give it weight. But we are here to contribute. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Zaza. As always, we appreciate your analytical pressing on the show. You know, as a matter of fact,
I'd like to come in small. Let me clarify something one time before we get on another topic.
We're not leaving the
The
topic.
position, I'm coming before we go further. The position of ambassador at large is not an equivalent to the ambassador who is serving in a nation. Ambassador at large takes instruction just as the ambassador in the country will take instruction. The ambassador at large is appointed by the president to serve him on things that he might want, special errands, special duties. Accordingly, in the practice of diplomacy, you can't just talk out of the curve. You must seek consultation. The diplomacy is an art and a science. That's why they call it international relation. It's an art and it is a science. And you have to consult those who are above you. If I were the ambassador at large, such as Ambassador Kuita, I would have gone to the president. I'm going to this meeting. What are the things I need to talk about? Or what are the things I should talk about? I will take that as an ambassador at large and discuss that with the foreign ministry first. That is his boss, even though the appointing power is within the executive. Then I elevate that conversation with the president of the Republic of Liberia. You don't, as an ambassador, you don't. Even as a political officer, I couldn't just go to the State Department and talk anyhow I wanted to talk. No, I had to clear with the ambassador. The ambassador had to clear with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and they had to give us, based on consultation, the job of a foreign service officer is predominantly centered around consultation. So Ambassador Kuita was wrong yesterday as he is wrong today. He should have consulted with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on whose ambit he is working, and then you have elevated that. The president would have told him, what did you discuss with the minister? Oh, the minister gave me a second bandwidth of my conversation. All right. In your conversation, I want you to mention this. I want you to mention this. I want you to mention this. You get those clear-cut guidance, then you can speak. This is why when we go to speak, you have what we call talking points. Even with the president talking with other nations, he has talking points. The foreign minister talking with other nations, she has talking points. You cannot just go there and then say, Ama Kabara, I will not make you sing. Sida Singer, I will not make you sing. Mohammed, where is this Libya president? I will not. All of those things that diplomats don't talk like that. He is an agent. He was an agent of the government of the Republic of Liberia. Precisely. Committed, commissioned, and giving the leverage to go and serve. Now let me bring you a classical to something here. When Mr. Doe was president of the Republic of Liberia, Mr. John Payi Bear, was ambassador at large. He could not have spoken. Ahmed Hammer was ambassador at large. He could not have just spoken any way he wanted to speak. No. You don't. When you are ambassador at large, you just don't talk because you want to talk on anything you want to say. The ambassador near the capital here, the United States of America,
excuse me, please,
will not talk anything he wants to say. He will seek guidance. He will consult with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So Mr. Keate was wrong because he was not educated in that area, and the president just appointed him. So that's the clarification I wanted to make. He was wrong today, yesterday, and he wrong internally.
Yeah, Mr. Napier, what I was saying is not so much about his position, because he's not the first person. If you remember.
No, you said that he did not have. No. I mean, we all understand language here, Mr. Zaza. You say when you are in certain position, you cannot just talk with what to talk. And you are right on that point. You are right on that point. Mr. Keate, how can I be? You cannot appoint me as president of the Republic of Liberia as your ambassador at large. And I go to a foreign forum and I just speak, Muammar Gaddafi, I will not let you down. Samora Machel, I will not let you down. How will you take it? I have to consult with Mr. Zaza, President Zaza. Let me say, so President Zaza, I am going to this forum. What do you wish I should say? That's consultation. I just want to end on that note. In diplomacy, in foreign relations, consultation. That's what it should be.
Okay, Mr. Napier,
so Mr. Wilmer Pay had the bandwidth. Mr. Wilmer Pay had the bandwidth to have informed the Liberian people of what their asset is. It's not for Mr. Bwaka. The job can go. The job can go. And Mr. Bwaka would have appreciated him more if we are going to discuss that matter with him. That we have all of our mountain, the aggregate sum of money we have is $1 trillion. He would have appreciated him. Like you will appreciate me tomorrow when you become president.
Okay. Mr. Napier, I gotta come in here. I really beg to differ on that. I do. I really do. Even though I may not know the circumstances on the which Mr. Pay was let go of his position, but Pay was also not too quiet while he was there. He wasn't always too quiet. Pay spoke while he was there. As a matter of fact, I think when the renewal on the metal steel concession came up, Pay will want us to hold up. If you can remember that, Mr. Napier. Pay will, in fact, many people are attributing that to the reason why they had to let him go. Because he had his foot down and said, no, we cannot allow this deed to be renewed under these circumstances.
So therefore, those are the conditions under which he should have spoken. If he could have held, if he could, just a moment of interjection. If he should have, could have held on to military steel by bouncing the government, he should have exposed the $17 trillion to us. He should have. But why did Mr. Pay do that? Why did Mr. Pay do that? Mr. Pay did that because of egotistical reasons. He just didn't do it.
I beg to differ. I beg.
But you were differ, but that's exactly what happened.
I don't see anything egotistical about what he's did. Nothing at all.
That's what he did with the mind.
I mean, he said my way. He wasn't saying, I know it all. It has to be my way or no way. No, the guy was saying the condition is just not right.
I think Mr. Page was being very diplomatic. He played the game of the office that he held. He spoke to the president or spoke to those who are above him. You are not getting the public. Any people of no office is the problem. So I think he did the right thing.
Don't go to Stop and Shop.
Okay. All right. Guys, Claudia is back with us. And I wanted to say this, Claudia. Claudia, let me ask your permission first. Do you want me to say what we discussed today to the rest of the panelists and on air? Is that fine by you or you?
Yes, it'll be good for me.
Okay, great. Well, for the panelists and to the listeners and everybody, Madam Claudia accepted the proposal to be the reporter in the city of Monrovia for the program I Beg to Differ. So we are glad to have her on board. Top FM is glad to have her on board. The manager is going to reach out to her with the letter, and she's going to sign it to official to bring her on. But she's going to be assigned in Monrovia to I Beg to Differ. And that is the good news I wanted to share. But Claudia, let have your take, man.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that because apart from being able to deliver for the show, it will also give me an opportunity to get back in the field of journalism because there's a lot of resilience and a lot of silence in some areas that I feel will be very sufficient for our program to be able to, educate people about it and get our messages that are really hanging in the air that need to be heard. So I do appreciate that opportunity. And it's also going to give us an opportunity to allow people to have their say because a lot of stuff in the media is buff. Being a journalist out here, I know that sometimes we can create news to get the actual news. So this program will give us an opportunity to balance sufficiently significant information that I think people should be able to have access to. So it's a good position for me, and I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Now, we're talking about the issue of Mr. William Pay and his disclosure of Liberia mineral deposit, iron ore, and the value of it. He said the commercial value is about 1.7 trillion. That's the money that nobody is going to get here and go to bed and have a good sleep. No, you will have a sleepless night, even here in America, because that's a lot of money. All right. And that is the kind of money that we have in kind within our disposal. So we got to be in a very lucky country, very, very lucky country. All right. Very, very lucky. And so that is the topic we are on now. Do you want to share you have any idea or anything you want to say about this?
I would like to just kind of like hear you guys out, because it's educating as well for me as well to kind of understand really the significance of this. So I'm going to ride this one out, maybe come back in later with questions.
Okay. Sounds great. Mr. Wright, you want me to come back to you? You just came back in, but I know you're part of the conversation first. If I'll always hold you alive to this because you brought this up. We must have to look at Sylvia, but you brought this up. So I'm always going to hold you to that. But it's a very important topic. And matter of fact, I will look forward to even stay on this all night. Because, like I said, this is at the heart of what is going to take us to where we want to be. If just one mineral can worth that much, many of us shouldn't be in outside our country. Many of us should be back. In fact, all Liberians should be back in Liberia. All. Because that money is enough. We're not talking 100 billion, 300 billion, 500 billion, 800 billion. We're talking about trillion plus, almost 2 trillion. That's what we're talking about. Almost 2 trillion. That money, your current budget now is 1.3. You know how long if our budget will be if our budget will be 1.3 billion every year. You know how many years it's going to take us to run that money out? If we had that money in the bank sitting 1.7 trillion, it was okay. We're taking 1.3 billion for that every year as our budget to apply it to our budget. You know how long that thing going to take us? Years upon years. Your children will come and eat some, and it will still be there. That is the quantity of money we're talking about. And it will build Liberia into the Shanghai cell will not even come close. It will
Mr. Wright,
Shanghai.
I want to provide information if you don't mind.
I'm sorry?
Mr. Wright, yeah, I want to give information if you don't mind, please.
Okay, yes, sure.
Information. According to research, to have the entire Liberia mapped up with quota, and we call it AXFAC, to have all the cities connected, we need 3 billion.
Yeah.
Now, if you think about a trillion, over 100 billion and going to a trillion, and you need just 3 of it to connect all your cities. And you are thinking, well, you have here about 1.7 trillion, and we still haven't got it anywhere when it comes to roads. And in fact, the roads that we are building, Mr. Wright, this is not a secret. The roads that we are building, they are not roads from our budget. They are not roads that are money from our budget. It's either the African Development Bank give us money, or Qatar give us money, or France give us money. That's what we're using to build our roads. So I just want to put that out there, Mr. Wright, why you continue with what was struggling.
Yes, I mean that's very good. That's a very good way to put in the money.
Please repeat it, Mr. Zaza. Please repeat it. Let Mr. Zaza repeat it, or Mr. Wright.
No, I mean, so the study have shown
the information that he just brought.
So study have shown, and if you remember under the We Are government, we wanted to do the mineral for development trade with China. We said we wanted China to build roads, trying to help develop our road network, and so we're giving China the right to our minerals. The reason why that did not happen because we said just open the mineral to China owner for $3 billion, that's just way too much. Imagine if you're giving China the iron ore alone, China can build all the roads and bridges in Liberia, connect all our towns, villages, and cities, counties, and we hit just the iron ore to China. That 1.7 trillion, and even China spend 50 billion. China is still making 5 times that money. That is the kind of thing that people say, oh, no, don't do that. That's a very poor deal you're trying to sign. That's what he's saying. To build our roads that they have shown, I don't know if that is still remains true because the country is opening more and more. But it's $3 billion to build roads and bridges to connect all of our towns and villages in Liberia. Is it Nippet?
Thank you so much, Mr. Zaza. You want me to come in?
No. I want to hold you there so I can bring Mr. Wright in, then I'll come to you.
Oh, okay.
All right. Mr. Wright, I hear you, sir. But that's a good angle.
Yeah, okay, so thank you.
You can speak to that too.
Yeah, so thank you, Mr. Wright. But on the issue, other discussion, I think what I gather, we have all come to one point. Mr. Nipe clarified the role of the former minister, William Pay, and then I think all of us agree that the information provided is a valid information. Whether it is belated or it is not belated, the fact of the matter is that the information is good information that the country can make use of. On the issue of whether it was not provided at the time it was supposed to be provided, then people make clarification about a compartmentation, where when you find yourself in a particular place of work, you don't say certain things that you are not supposed to say. Doing so is a crime against you. And the example of the ambassador at large getting vote of no confidence from the representatives came as an example. So to me, it sounds like we all came to a single point that we agree that the information provided is a valid information and that appropriately we can make use of it. The requisite agencies of government or the central government, whichever way, I think our conversation is pushing in the direction that yes, that information we can use it. That's what I gather.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Wright. I want to go to you now, Mr. Wulu, and I want to settle for before you come on. You not only are you the youngest man on the platform, and I say that with absolute utmost respect. Alex, are you with us? Okay, good. I'll get you listening. Not only are you the youngest man on the platform, and again, I want to repeat, I say with utmost respect, but you are located in Grand Juliet, where there a pending concession to happen with Putu Mountain. We now know that Putu is part of the 1.7 trillion. As you think about it, you process this, what comes to your mind? What would you like to see? But first of all, address the issue of the 1.7 trillion. Do you agree that the information provided by Mr. William Pay is I'm not leading my people. This is just a question. That is valuable, or because he didn't give it also, he didn't tell us on time, so we should not pay attention to it. That in fact, he doesn't really mean what he's saying.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Let me say thanks to all of the panelists, Mr. Zaza, Claudia, Mr. Amos Wright, Mr. Nepe. I've been listening to you guys. So, the information provided, we can take it as valid. Just part that once you were there, you never talk about it. But mind you, this is Liberia too, where questions go back to him. Why at the time when you were in power, you never talk about this? Just part that the information is also valid, but that question will still go back to him. Why he never talked about it when you were in power?
Yeah, but Alex, listen to what happened to Kuyate, Ambassador Kuyate. Ambassador Kuyate is on the verge of losing. They just declared no confidence in the legislature.
Yeah, because he refused to apologize.
Why should you apologize?
If he apologized, I agree for what he said. He said his statement is not wrong. So yes. If he defends his statement and then they ask him to apologize, if he apologizes, it doesn't change his quality need from on him. So once he refused to apologize, it means that he showed disrespect to the legislature. So what do we expect them to do?
But Alex, he's saying the truth.
Of course, Mr. Ryan, he's saying the truth. And
so
then,
why should he apologize then?
What?
Why should he apologize when he's saying the truth? I mean, he's not making stuff up. He's saying something that every one of us are aware of.
Of course.
Every one of us knows it. Every one of us knows that These people come here, they can't sign contract with us. The same thing with Mittal Steel, B Mountain, China Union, and the list goes on. They've been taking mineral from Liberia. Look at Liberia, 178 years. This is why Mr. Kuyate was telling us that we got all this mineral. And when they put going to do deal with us, the deal is never in our favor. It's for them to profit. And by the time they're finishing mining, the country is like bombing hole. So he's not wrong. But let me let you finish. So go ahead.
He is not wrong, it's all right. Like I said, he is not wrong in saying the truth, but mind you, the truth may hurt any other person that may be in front. Do you know how much maybe the legislature themselves are benefiting from that? Just part that we the citizens are not benefited, but maybe they are benefiting something from that. So if you try to spoil their somebody was saying like bro, they are eating more, they will not allow it. So that's how it take for now. So maybe in trying to put your citizen against them and they not like the ad, that is what they say, you should apologize for a statement. So why is it that you're saying yes or you're saying the truth? We agree that you're saying the truth, but they themselves know what they are getting, which they don't want to do the rightful thing for us as Liberian. So see the amount of money they are generating, and then come again.
I want to ask a question, please.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you wanted Mr. P to be in Kuyate's position. When you speak and then the pool will come out, the legislature will have a vote of no confidence, or maybe the president will make him shame like that for what he said. Is that what you expect?
Yes, of course. Mr. Zaza, I can tell you for sure. Even I, Alexander, once I'm not in favor of AMA, not benefiting my people, I can tell you, say, that is wrong. So if you want to take me from there, the truth has already been said. So there's nothing you can worry about. He said the truth already. I will say the truth at that time. If the government say, why Eddie is saying is wrong, if you want to take me from there, so shall it be. And that is why you say have a confidence in him that I can't apologize for my statement because I ain't saying the rightful thing. So I think you should have done the same thing at that time to say, yes, that is what happening. If they take it from there, the Liberian people will judge them. And that's the same statement that he is using. If they want to take it from there, well, the Liberian people will judge us. So it's good to say the truth, and people say the truth, and the truth and set you free.
Okay. Say the truth, and the truth will set you free. Let's put this in context. Then.
Mhm.
As a matter of fact, you the representative to have the conversation with. Not only are you a Grand Junior, but you from Queenable.
Of course.
You from Putu.
Mm-hmm.
You are a Putu boy. Gliotuao. There you go. So you're from the region where the mineral is going to come from. Talk to us. After you hear about the 1.7 trillion and what has happened with all the other minerals. How does it make you feel? If the MD comes out tomorrow, in fact, MD is already dead. Nothing new. This is a transfer, not a new MD. But what do you expect going forward? Knowing that you have this rich mountain, and we have all this money in it, the guys are coming to get rich. What's your expectation as a young person? As somebody from the region,
Well, thank you, Mr. Rai. So for me, when I heard about this money that we are talking about, I felt bad because looking at our condition and the kind of money people are generating for our own country, and then we are citizens, we are out of job. Can you imagine a high school graduate people with BFC, you can find them at the go field now? All the educated people you're looking for now, if you go to a go camp, if you try to sit and argue with them, there are people with BFC, there are people with master, but no job. So even us, where do we go as young people after high school graduate? No job. So sometimes you'll find our friends on motorbike. Sometimes you'll see them on go fee. If you go to Kunewo, with all of the resources that people are getting from there, the road condition remain bad. If you go into Glio Travel, now from Ziatan to Glio Travel, the border with Ivory Coast is one of the international border that people are aware of. If you see the immigration building that is there, you say yes. But the road that going there is a narrow road. No car road going on. We have hospital. I think the last time we have an interview with the ORC, guess why? If the people are using that particular road to go there, the medicine that they can carry on back, everything can damage. Some of it they can reach there with it. Now they don't have their own, but I'm gonna don't go over there. What's happened to our people? If maybe somebody's in a critical condition, how do they get them to Ziatan? No ambulance. But we have even the LDA they're working there. They only go there on backs and reach to that area, and they say they're protecting the area. So all of the resources coming from Grand Jida County, our people are not benefiting nothing. We have Hero Locking Company here. What are some development they are doing in Putu?
What is that community doing? Are they mining gold?
They are not mining gold specific. They are just cutting lot and all of them transporting to Sando area. Yeah. They have been here for several years now. What are they doing there? What are some development the people achieve? Nothing. Now we have some miners here. I can tell you, if I really having a bag tomorrow to make my way to New Creek, I will show you more than 15 excavator photo that are working in Sevilla. But go see the people living condition. People from that particular district, nothing they are generating. So I'm really afraid of the government bringing people to put down the Putu Mountain, because where do we stand? What do we stand to benefit at the end? I agree, people are happy Jaws is coming, but for the first time, people are operating there. What Grand Jida achieve? And now we are bringing people. So I'm actually afraid, because we want to know what the people stand to benefit at the end. What will they gain? Even if the people have to work for 25 years, what Grand Jida will benefit? So out of the resources we have here, the gold, people digging, Esca, what have you, the people are here making money for their very self. If those less advanced agents go there, maybe they meet with the miners, what they're supposed to do, they do, and they come back to town. So nothing our people are benefiting. We just have the name on us. Yeah, the riches from Grand Jida. But come to Grand Jida, visit all of the time then. Even they play, they are taking goals from. People are crying for safe drinking water, no good health, and this and that. But people are there making billions of dollars.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please mute. Thank you. Now, please mute. I pulled this up because this was recently brought up. I mean, it's in connection with the whole mining thing. So it was brought up recently by Amara Koenig. I mean, he's not picking my call. I don't know why I'm promoting him here on the show today, but I had to do it because of the country. You know.
It's because of news.
Yeah. I gotta report the news. Yes, man, you have me pick up my call, man. It's Archie. But yes, so this is what he's talking about, and it speaks directly to what Ellie's also talking about. Like, you got all the excavators, right? The commercial mining equipment. I mean, look behind the guy. That's a massive, massive equipment behind it, And yet, when we pull Tingbe, who is the mine and the lands of mine, and there are no lands, right? Is mine and energy, now, and I had to call them. I didn't took lands on him. But anyways,
No, I think it's still the same land mines and energy.
it is okay. Land mines and energy. He complaining recently about this kind of event that's going on, illegal mining.
It is mines and energy. The lands going to Liberia Land Authority.
There you go. That's what I thought.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
Thank you so much. But yeah, so this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. As the chairman of the Senate Committee on Public Accounts and Audit, Senator Amara Coney has raised concern over what he describes as widespread illegal mining and environmental destruction across Liberia. And the question then becomes, because when you listen to Tingbe, when you watch Tingbe on this video, we'll play a few, I think it was last week. Tingbe is going to the Burkinabes. I hope he's not Burkinabes behind Mr. Coney there, asking them the mine or the mineral you're mining here, where you do it, where you put it, you know, how many mineral you can take from here. Can you imagine the mines minister asking that question? Can you imagine that? That is a troubling question for the country. The mines and energy minister goes to the people that are mining the mineral in the country, an activity that is under his watch. And he tell the person, well, I mean, you ask people, how much you take from here? We don't even know how much you get from here. How many mineral you take from here? You can't even recall it. In fact, when you're taking, we don't know where you do it, where you sell it, where you move it, we don't know. The mines and energy minister is saying that. That is a troubling event. It is a troubling event. Look behind you. I always reference, look behind Amara, Senator Amara Coney. I always reference my own region. In 1999, I went to go break my mom farm. I always say that, in Zaytown. It took my mother and myself almost 5 hours walking through the bush to come from the gold mining Abatajan to Zaytown, because we will walk through the thick forest, very thick forest. But now, see the place, just how it looks behind Amara, Senator Coney there. Everywhere is an open pit. Everywhere is an open pit. Large open pit. You can see some of the videos there. Deforestation is on the rise. And it's sad that we don't talk about it. It's sad that you don't hear anything about the forestry department talking about this, agency talking about this. Because the EPA and Mines and Energy they should have a task force dealing with this kind of stuff. And assign police or army personnel with them. These are the people that are supposed to be dealing with these things. Just how we said recently, in order to enforce the Liberianization policy, you needed the labor ministry, the commerce ministry, and justice, and they're doing that now. But believe it or not, so many people here are talking on the show. They do. I watched a video, I think, yesterday, and I saw these three government entities working together in tandem, going around and visiting businesses that are violating the labor laws and are violating the liberalization policy. That's great. We want to thank them for that. But we're also calling on these three agencies now, the FDA, the EPA, and the Energy Mines and Energy Ministry, to form a task force. It is not enough to have the minister alone going across the country and expecting these the mining operation. It's not enough. He knows nothing about environmental degradation. He knows nothing about deforestation. He must have these other people with him so that together they can deal with it. But going there all by himself, just talking about the mining, violence of the mining aspect, it's not enough. This thing has to be done in connection if we want to make the impact we want to make. I mean, I'm just looking at the picture right behind Amara Coney, Senator Amara Coney. I can see Amara because I know him, that's why. But Senator Amara Coney, it tells you that this is not just that place alone. I don't know where that is, but I know there are thousands of places like that across Liberia. Mining pits across Liberia. All from the license B, license C, license D miners. Well, I call them artisanal miners. They are the ones that are creating the environmental problem. I know when you make this argument, people when the government come, but you know, the government don't have job, people are providing their own job. Granted. But let them do it in an environmentally friendly manner. Because these people, when they finish, they're not going to go plant trees. They're not going to fill the pits. They're going to leave that place just like that. Just like that, they're going to leave it and walk away and maybe hit on the other forest that we're looking at right behind in our picture. And clear all the other bush over there too. And they're going to do it and keep going on and keep going on and keep going on. Where do this stop? That is the problem of people. That is the problem. And we all should be concerned about this. I'm going to put this down. All right, so let's go around. Mr. Nippet, we're going to go one more round and then we'll go to the lines on this topic.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. The various speakers have made their respective points, and those points are well taken. At the Senate, you have the ministry, the Senate Committee on Concessions. The Global Witness is on record to have said that the 64 concession agreements were not in the best interest of Liberia. So we start from there. You have people, the concession committee should have done due diligence before it comes to the public affairs and audit chairman, Senator Amara Conan. When these people are in authority and they fail us, then some of them will come on the other side to justify why certain things are happening. When 64 concession agreements were all signed, we come to Mr. Wright's point of compartmentation, and he uses Ambassador Kuyate as an example. But let me say that you are right, compartmentation is a necessary administrative tool that you don't just say what you want to say. But be that as it may, you can consult. And that's what the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is all about. All of the contracts, everything, but for instance, a $200 million deal in California that our able journalists brought on the show for us to discuss, the rights production, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is there. Just try to understand that nomenclature. Ministry of what? Foreign Affairs. So all of these things before they come through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The Honorable Kuyate, therefore, was in error then, as he stay in error now. Whether he takes his statement to be a premium that he can bag on and carry anywhere he wants to carry it. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs believing in constructive engagement centered on consultation for guidance so you cannot slip. So compartmentation has got nothing to do with Mr. Kuyate. That he went to disclose what he should not have disclosed. It's just that when you're not in a specific area, I'm not a geologist, so if I went to the geological survey area, I make some mistakes. He was not trained. If he were trained, he would not make that kind of mistake. He would have consulted with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, then go and clear it out with the Office of the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs if the president was busy, and pay a courtesy call on the president, and then he will be on the correct rule. No, take all these things here. What is your talking point? You have a talking point there. No, take this one from there. Move the one for there. Okay, speak on these three, and this is your bandwidth to speak. Thank you, Mr. Zaza, for the $3 billion on our government. But I think we have dug ourselves into a big, huge hole, and Liberia will not have come from there. Why do I bring that? I bring that in context with the Zambia experience. Today, China is in Zambia, and everything that Zambia owns is the copper mine. The copper mine of Tanzania. The copper mine there is mined by China. For the next 50 years, 100 years, China is going to be there. As a matter of fact, they have some police officers. They have certain areas that ordinary Tanzanians or Zambians cannot go. So those are the kind of benefit and the negative effect are pertaining there too. So yes, we have had $3 billion to connect all of our roads under the We Are government. Notwithstanding, we will be just like Zambia or be like Tanzania. I want to talk on the Burkina Faso thing. I was asking for a special permission because of the security risks that we have faced, so that we can always throw a little light on the presence of the Burkinabe, collection of data, and then the way forward. We are happy that Claudia is on board, and she will be the reporter in Monrovia. And we want to welcome her back, and Mr. Amos Wright as well. We want to also ask your understanding to see how you can encourage Mr. Cassett to come on the show, so we can have a full team of panelists. And we welcome back Claudia, and then the Minister of Mines and Energy, whoever his name is. Those are some of the things we are talking.
Okay.
Those are some of the things that we are talking today.
Mr.
He has not been able to buttress Mr. Pay's information, which is vital to be maximized. But he's sitting down there, and then he went to the mine with his blue safety suit. And today he has not told us anything what is happening there with the Burkinabes. And he's asking the question, we don't know how much you are mining, how much you're selling it, where you're carrying these things. These are the things that we are talking about. Will that be compartmentalization? He's trying to compartmentalize the information. You cannot compartmentalize the information. So you see, when these things are going on, like Mr. Wright just said, and he asked young Mr. Uru, the benefits should be for us. If I'm going to compartmentalize certain things because I'm for the fear of being dismissed, the job can go.
Here you go.
The job can go. It means I'm selfish. If you were working for me, Mr. Zaza, and you came with certain information and said, this is what is happening, this is what can we do, how can we do it, I'll give you the authority to go.
I got to wash it.
But I'll tell you, send the information out. Let it be timely.
Mr. Let's go to the lines. Let's go to the line. It's 6:45, 10:45.
You never had all the people on, but when I come to my point, because I always capture all of these things. No, I'm coming. When all of you are talking, I capture your points because I want to come on your points.
No, but you can say because you're talking about who you know it. You can say.
So we don't want to talk about Mr. Kuyata business here. Mr. Kuyata, what to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
30 seconds, sir.
He was wrong then. He is wrong now, and it's not. He should have gone to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. They were giving you a guideline, clear out with the Ministry of State, do a courtesy call on the President of the Republic of Liberia, and he would have been on the right foot to speak what the guidelines, what the consultation was all about. The final point I want to make here, all concessions agreement, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of what? Foreign Affairs. They have to come. That's why the Minister of Foreign Affairs is the dean of the cabinet. The dean of the cabinet. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs is not like any other ministry in any country.
Okay.
So people must understand the functionality of the ministry before you try to come and back Mr. Kuyate, ambassador at large.
Okay. Well, we're going to come back. We'll come up with a line. We're going to talk about this. Because here's the thing, quickly. It's an indictment on the ministry itself, Mr. Nipe. It's an indictment on the ministry and on the administration. It simply shows that you guys are they are not equipping their employees with the right tools and right guardians to go out there and perform the job.
No, Mr. Bragg, no.
Come back.
No, 3 seconds. If I'm working for you and you are the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and there are issues to be spoken about, I prepare my talking point or I come to you for clearance.
Okay. Let's come back.
So you did not go there. The point I'm making that Mr. Kuyata did not go there. He did not talk with the Ministry of State, nor did he have a courtesy call, an audience with the president for whom he is ambassador at large. You have to understand how the institution functions. It is not an ordinary thing that I'm a mechanic. I can go and take a bulldozer and start loosening screw. No. The ministry is a different kind of institution.
I mean,
once you understand that, then we'll not be talking about.
Let's come back and we'll talk about that. Alex, speak to us to the line. I'm gonna call you and grab that. Grab that.
Well, this evening here on Top 105.3, wherever joining us from, we'd like to say welcome here to the program. I bet to differ for those who've been following. It's about time to go to the phone lines and pick it up this evening. Let's hear from you so that you can be part of the discussion. Place a call on 0776 105 105 881 143504. 0776 105 105 881 143504 are the numbers supported through this evening, and you will be live here on the program. I bet to differ. 776 105 105 881 143504 are the numbers. We're going to pick a call for 11 minutes, if possible. Yeah. 776 105 105 881 143504. Let's hear from you this evening on the program. I bet to differ. You listen to the panel discussing that we're having issues here. It's about time that we hear from you, right? To be part of the show, please call on 776 105 105 881 143504.
I'll be side, me county with my people, you're ready.
0776 105 105 881 143504. Let's pick up this first caller here tonight. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, me. Where have you joined us from?
Okay, thank you very much for this show. The name is Emmanuel Shate. Commonly known as We Are Sewing in Benguida County, the popular bureau.
Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. I greet the panelists with their brainy words that they put out this evening. It's important. It's granted within human activities. Concerning about the mining activities of Benguida County, Liberia at large, because I got the panelists are talking about Badigan. Mine, I lived in Badigan for record 8 years.
Okay.
And on the previous stage, when we got the archaeology of Badigan, Badigan was
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Emmanuel, you're alive.
At the time, Badigan was the 4 years down, but the goal was many. It means that the point was big.
Okay.
And it was not chakra like the way it looks like today. You get it? So we the citizens, we are not benefiting.
Okay.
Get it? We are not benefiting. But what make us not benefiting that the government, majority of the government, because the citizens that live close to the forest, when push kind of shock, they think the senator then they represented them that they can eat them. You get it? So they like in the diaspora, they should bring the idea. If you speak on some issue.
All right, we lost Emmanuel there. So, folks, let's hear from you. 776-105-105 881-14-3504 0776-105-105 881-14-3504 are the numbers of supported through this evening. Let's hear from you. Zero 776-105-105 881-14-3504 the number supported through this evening. You're going to be part of it here on the program I bet today for. We follow the mining taking place in your various area, in your district. What are some benefits that you get in as a listening? Let's hear from you, right? With this money being generated in our country, what's our own take? Yeah, you know, have plenty of people money, right? Here, the representative for River G. Ellis Paul, he came from Nagokia and today become representative. LSZ contestant right now is there in Sevilla, Name Creek, doing a mining business, right? What are some achievements you citizens that are getting? Are they only achieving for themselves, or what are some achievement there, those people that carry on in your area? So just got out on the show. Everybody has said the panel is well seated, set for the discussion. Let's hear from you. It's good to provide us with information from the various areas. Say yes, the people are here mining. We got those excavator here, but that is why we benefit as citizens. 0776-105-105 881-14-3504 776-105-105 881-14-3504 are the numbers supported through this evening. You're going to be live here on the program. I beg to differ. Let's hear from you. 776-105-105 881-14-3504 the numbers, and you're going to be live here tonight. Let's hear from you.
My people, time Top FM 105, 3 we on the air. Leader shout, Sheku Koroma, Rama ready, hit the play, Alex D. We're back there, he back to differ, I beg to differ my people. If you're not correct, we go talk and so.
0776-105-105 881-14-3504. Let's hear from you this evening. The lines open. Put a call through on 776-105-105 881-14-3504. We have 5 minutes up to 11 o'clock. 11, we call it shut here for the phone lines. Go back to the panelists and continue the discussion. So 776-105-105 881-14-3504 We'll pick up 2 or 3 calls and then we get back to the panel this evening. Let's hear from you. 776-105-105, 881-14-3504, and let's hear from you. With all of the excavator band going in your various district, what are you benefiting as citizens from that area? More than 4, 5, 6 escort working in your district, digging. People carry on money there. What have you guys benefiting there? Come out tonight and let's hear from you. 776-105-105, 881-14-3504. The numbers will put you through tonight and you're going to be live here. Let's hear from you quickly. If we can get a call, no need we keep our panelists waiting, then we have to go back to them. But put the calls in. In the meantime, while we are waiting you, just place a call and you're going to be part of the show here.
From 9 o'clock to 12 midnight, we sitting here, we ready to fight. No palaver, no fear inside. True talk, we not go high. Call Mr. Josh Nubo, bring that stand. Better than spitting, no nonsense. Right, talk and clear, breath. See the things fair. Yes, make strong woman, yeah. You wrong, she go say, Everybody, how decide? For me country, we the people, you're ready. Grand bass and steady, steady. From bush to town, from market to yard. It don't matter strong, we hit it hard. We go talk them. If they hide the truth, bring them. If you make more, speak for next people.
All right, so we'll hold it there tonight. Yeah, we'll hold it there to go back to the panelists and continue the show here. So, Mr. Ryan, I think you guys can take it from there. There's call coming in. I will let you know.
Thank you, Mr. Wulu. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I already want us to let's conclude on this mining thing, and then we're going to go to the diplomatic showdown that Mr. Napier wants us to have. I think what Mr. Napier has done is an indictment on the ministry and the government, and I will tell you why. I will state the reason why. But let's go around and respond to the callers, the caller rather, and then close up on the mining, and then we'll move on to the next topic. Let me begin by saying thanks to it's how he calls it that we are the men called the formerly or we are cha. Is it no longer we are cha in Granger? Is that what you're telling us? He called me. Is that I mean they used to call the company coming before we are cha in Granger? Are you no longer we are cha in Granger? All you're running from we are now. Anyway, I'll leave that one. But just as I was saying, and I'm happy that brother called to corroborate what I was saying. CVR, like he says, scatter all over the place now. Because now you have a Batajan, everybody will go into Batajan. Batajan was the place to be if you were looking to get rich, fast, quick. Because everybody, I mean, of all nationality, of all tribes, went to Batajan. And I think they're still there right now. Because the play was, gold infested. Gold infested. And like he said, because there was no structure in place, the region, I mean, the town, just to call the town Suakin, for those who don't understand crime, is that, on top of the rock, that's what it is. Not to Mr. Wright will attest to that. That my crown is right. On top of the rock, those Suakin,
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
Thank you. That's where the town sit. And Batajan is not far from that town. So it's within the customary forest of that place. The town and all of that. Yes. But go now and see the town. Go and see Suakin. Probably, I haven't been there all the years, but I passed through there in 1999. probably never benefited from all that mineral extracted from that area. Probably never did. Never got a dime. It is still as destitute, undeveloped as it was, from the time it was declared a town. But in all the minerals that are in the area has been taken out. Other people got rich, and other people, still getting rich, but the town is still there. So I agree with that brother. The lack of structure is affecting most of these things that is happening in Liberia. This is why we are underdeveloped. And I want to thank the brother for calling back. Thank you for being part of the show tonight. Let's go to you, Mr. Wright, and then we'll go around and on the topic, and then we'll go on to the diplomatic discussion. Mr. A.D. Wright.
Yeah. Well, can I request to be the last on the topic?
Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's go to you, Mr. Zaza.
Oh my God, it's hot.
May I just seek your permission? My granddaughter is taking me somewhere. And so let me be last because I'm en route in the vehicle.
Okay.
Please. Yeah. Let me be the very last.
Okay, you want to be the very last? Okay. All right.
Okay.
Zaza.
Yeah, I want to talk off camera, please, if you don't mind.
Absolutely not.
Thank you. Yeah, so, yeah, Mr. Wright. You see, there's no argument that Liberia has what it takes to be rich. And that's supposed to say we are rich. But I don't want to say we are rich because if we are rich, we'll not be begging for money. So we have what it takes to be rich, but I don't think we are. But the thing they're saying here right now is that Major talk about swacking on the rack. Mr. Rice of Global, what he said, so that's true, on the rack. But I swacking, so that battle.
I know my cry is still sharp.
Yeah. We started with that battle long before small. We came back to Argo came back to Liberia from Arrow Coast. Even when in the Argo didn't know this, we say you don't have go to battle and go dig and come back to Arrow Coast. But guess what? Go to swacking now. I don't know. For me, I haven't been there, but I don't know what we got any kind of hostile building there. I know what we got. I know what we got. We got high school there, built with computer in it, with that kind of money that comes from that place. We don't understand that way. We just consider go camp to be somewhere you can like on the farm you can go plan your castle, get a castle, and then leave your farm. That's how put to go camp to be doing. Forget to know that it's the mineral, it's the people's riches, it's the people's blessing that God gave them. And we also don't even know that it is our blessing. That we will be talking about it today, and people will still be up to today point, but then because we are not balancing. I want to be my whole same money. And you better go. You better ain't swacking. So I was in and out, so I mean I get much information, but the disappointment. Mr. Right, one thing I wanted to say, right? The issue of the timber market. Mr. Wood talking about timbers, people getting timber out of
the Europe, y'all know Europe, what kind of Europe company logging in the area?
Yes. So when
before you go ahead, Mr. Zaza, I want to say those of you watching the screen, that's Bata Jam. Thanks to Alex for sharing the photo. So I'll be sharing the photo while you're talking. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you. The timber market for that area, according to what I just read, is 143 million. 143 million annually that coming out of our timber market that are going out of Liberia. And guess what? Of that 143 million, only 10% goes towards our economy. So, those who know math, what is 10% 143 million? What we get as our benefit. But somebody want to say something?
I think Mr. Napier trying to come in. I think so.
Yeah, but I'll just stop this far. I want to thank our madam for accepting the opportunity to be our reporter. I'll come in later, Mr. Right. I'm a little bit occupied right now, but thank you for giving me the time.
No, thank you too. So thank you. So just for context, that's 14,300,000 we're getting that, Mr. Zaza. That's it, out of 143. Can you imagine that? Nobody should accept that. Nobody. Out of 143 million, all you get 14 million out of 14,300,000. Anyways, yes. So that's Bata junk food I'm sharing here. Let me go back. Claudia, are you able to say anything on this topic, or you want to send the other two panelists?
Yes, I definitely can.
Oh, go ahead, man.
All right, so I'm kind of excited to know that everyone is focusing now on the mining situation in Liberia, because it goes both ways, and also the concessions and some concession agreements not, in lining with citizens. Again, it goes both ways, because in terms of the mining companies, a lot of the mining companies that come in the country are sitting down and making agreements like, okay, you are giving us, the government will give us 25 acres of land. In return, we will do this for the community around this land that we'll be operating on. But that's just talk. When the company is finally given this land, sometimes they don't acquire the agreement. So you find out that it's majority of the mining companies reestablishing illegal mining companies to gain the land that they were supposed to get that they did not get. And a lot of mining companies are aggrieved as well. So by highlighting what's going on in the mining industry, it will be able to voice out on both sides their the grievances that they have. And we all know that the government right now has a structure of how it works. You put out news abruptly and they handle it abruptly. It's almost like a cat and mouse game. And I've realized that since Joseph Boakai got into power, a lot of information comes out quick, and 2-3 days pass. For example, like the border situation, we're like, what's going on? Why is he not responding? Why is he not showing any interest? And boom, overnight, he's flying over there. Things are happening abruptly. And sometimes information doesn't come out in the interest of us. It's always in the interest of blackmailing, corruption, trying to gain funds from someone by saying, okay, let me expose this. Maybe when I expose this information, then the other mining company are playing fun with us, but we don't really want to, audit them and go in depths with them. We'll say, okay, look, all right, what do you want? What do you want for you guys not to really talk about this? So I feel like this is a very big opportunity for the entire world to start to understand what is happening as it relates to the welfare of those that are mining, working with these mining companies, because a lot of workers are also the fault of what goes on in the environment. Because sometimes when the mining company doesn't have specific tools to do specific tasks as it relates to production and manufacturing or whatever, sometimes citizens will say, okay, we will go in our villages and bring them one. We'll bring them one for you. We'll take the trees then down for you. Since the consignment didn't reach, we'll do them one. So you find out that you have a lot of encroaching, a lot of pits, a lot of different things. Then we talk
Claudia,
about companies.
Let me interject a little bit, please, Claudia. Let me interject because I beg to differ on your first, the first statement you made there. Look, is Mr. Boyka doing his best? I think we can all say yes. No, I was listening. Somebody sent me a video listening today, and this guy, one of Boyka's biggest supporters, Seems the Uniparty guy too from Iowa. Vanisaki, there you go. In his conversation with Stanton, somebody sent me a video watching it. And he was asking the question, are we better than we were, let's say 3 years ago? I think to some extent we can say yes. But is it where we want to be? No. And I'm not saying it in a political term. No, this is nothing political about it. First of all, I can tell you the achievement thus far is underperformed. Okay, the achievement achieved thus far is minimal and it's underachieved. I'm trying to get my English right here. Why? For so many reasons. So, to your point, Claudia, I beg to differ because when you say on the boycott, information comes out real fast, I don't know what you mean by that. But what we know so far, he slow walked. He slow walked issues from the border crisis. Yeah, excuse me. He slow walked issues from the border crisis to the issue of MedTech. On Amin Moda itself had to resign. He would not act on Amin Moda. And on so many issues. We can go down the list. So I beg to differ on that point. That under President Boycott, information are readily coming out. No, they haven't really improved on the President Boycott. I mean, we may not do the press conferences. You know, he talked to the nation off the camera. But on that note, I don't see any difference there. There have been no improvement as far as information dissemination is concerned. But go ahead, man.
Okay, so like I'm saying, I feel like, all right, let me just say what I feel like. I feel like the government has this tactic. And some of the information that comes out is actually coming out from the government, but through people that you wouldn't expect to be part of the government. You'll be like, oh my God, that's opposition putting that information out. But it's a tactic that they're using to be able to work. Rather than having people protesting all around, it's better you just disseminate information out that's like, oh my God, that's good information, and gives the government a chance to take their own time to respond to that. Because if they respond too quickly, it almost seems like a staged, it just seems staged. So I feel like when information does come out abruptly, when I say abruptly, like you said, we didn't even know we had that much, and we were acquiring that much from all of these mining companies and all the other good stuff that goes on in the background that helps the government to accumulate funds like that. So now that we know about it, what next? Is there going to be, like you said, will more money be added to the budget? Will institutions and organizations be told to put in tenders or whatever, to be able to acquire some of these funds? What happens with it? Does it go back into the communities and villages that are hosting these factories? What happens to it? You know what I mean? The information is quite different when there's no information in that information. Okay, we have all this money. What next? You know what I mean? So, like I said, the information is allowing us to re-look back into these mining concessions. And sometimes a lot of the concessions that are built up, we all know at the end of the day, all the players go into office, they close the door, money is probably put about, people are paid to sign, on it, and they might not want to, but the economy here, so it's better that we do, so it will allow the government now to re-look into who was sincere when they signed and who wasn't.
Yeah.
What was good and what
before let me pick your brain on this one, Claudia. What do you make of the mines minister I will let Father move on with on the topic, but Mr. Napier is busy, and he's a diplomatic guy. But so let's stay on the money a little bit. What do you make of the fact that the minister Tengbe, I think that's his name, Tengbe. I hope I'm getting it correctly. The mines and energy minister Tengbe seemed to be completely out of touch, and I'm not making this up. There's video to show. The minister went into the field, and as a matter of fact, he's still in the field. I think he's traveling the country on his tour. Thank God, other than doing tour now, they've been practical with the kind of work to do. They're not just sitting in air conditioner office. He went on one of the fields, and he's talking to the miners, Claudia, and he's telling the guys, we don't know how much minerals you're getting out of here. As a matter of fact, we don't even know what you'll do with the mineral when you get it. Can you imagine that? I mean, process that for a minute. The country don't know how many of its minerals been extracted. But not only that, the country doesn't even know where the mineral goes. What are we doing? What are we doing? And this guy is on camera saying that. He is on camera saying that. I mean, what's your take on that?
But I don't think that anyone ever really knew what's been going on with our minerals. All we've been knowing is who we've been allowing to have the resources. You know what I mean? And I feel like by him even saying that shows his competency in his position as, what he has been appointed to do. I think that he was probably, I don't even believe that was the whole sentence. Sometimes the media as well, when they're getting information, it could be a 30-minute response, but they will edit it and you only get 5 minutes of that. So what was said before that and what was said after that? That's what's important. You know what I mean? So he has to now try to figure out why he said that. So he needs to have backing to that, because right now we're holding everyone accountable. The Accountability Lab came here and taught us that. So if you're actually saying this, then you need to be accountable and tell us why and what you got to do with that. I mean, are you part of the reason why we don't know where all these resources are going and where it's coming from? Because we know how the government functions. We have the assets, they have the resources. We come with the machinery, we come with the tools. They give us the resources. They put a little logo GOV on it to let everyone know that it's been certified by the government to operate, and they operate. That's what we know. But when it comes to taxes, do they pay taxes? Do they get tax refund? We don't know all of that. And I don't think he does. He's probably not even qualified in the finance part and all the other areas that he should be. I think you have to be multi-talent, scholar to be able to have certain positions in Liberia.
And I'm glad
it's like a
I'm glad you brought up
hiring people.
I'm glad you brought up part of Claudia, because believe it or not, he said exactly what you just said. He said, "Oh, the LRA has to let us know, what kind of license you'll have." I mean, that again speaks to the disconnect. How can you not know?
The disconnect. Everyone is not working.
Yeah, complete disconnect. The lands and the energy, the mines and energy minister are supposed to know the number of people that are in the field mining our mineral resources, what type of license they have, where are they located. The Minister of Labor is supposed to know the kind of people that are working in the fields, and he's supposed to know all of that. They're supposed to be able to coordinate these things. How come this is not happening? How come this is not happening? I always make reference to the U.S. The terrorist attack in 2001, not 11, was exactly because of that. The lack of coordination. One entity is doing this here, The other entity is doing something different on the other side. And because they were not coordinating what they were doing, they missed the opportunity to discover what the terrorists were up to. The terrorists were up to. And they got a very rude awakening. And from that time, they say, you know what I mean? We're going to fix this thing. The Homeland Security came about. Department of Homeland Security came about. Now you got everybody coordinated. Everybody is within the Homeland Security. Everyone. So everybody knows today, if you just come and go and take a candy from a low 7-Eleven store down there, your name will go into a database. Everybody around America will know you. All the law enforcement agencies will know you.
And you know what, Mr. Wright, that's your point right there. You just answered your own question. We all know that we don't have technology. We don't have, connectivity of data and things that we could be able to do to be able to communicate. No ministry official is going to drive from his ministry way in a town in that traffic to go ask another institution how much you guys generated today, who's all the workers. They don't have to time for that. And that's why we have people like, for example, the blockchain guys who talked about having a place where all data can go, sit in your office, get on your laptop. If you want to know what's happening in Ministry of Agriculture, boop, it pops up. You know the revenue, you know the amount of employees, you know who's making what. Everything is in front of your database. But we don't have that. So now we need to realize that is the reason why information is not disseminating across, and try to start advocating towards helping the government be a part of these technologies like blockchain and other technologies that can help the government stop looking sheen. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But again, Claudia, I agree with you. I think we had the police, the DCP here, police commissioner, deputy police commissioner here for traffic, and he admitted it. He did. He admitted it that one of the holdups, and I think one of your guys are working with him too, is that they don't have data. They need people to help them with data. And across the board, most of the people who brought on the show, they said the same thing. Data is Liberia's biggest problems right now. I hope that most Liberians, if not, that are working out here in the data field, can go back and start some kind of operation. Or those who get an operation out there can be able to start working with the government agencies, because they needed it yesterday. It is bad. These people don't have data. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, in the kind of late in Liberia, so he dropped the football. He took it from the CSO, and he admitted that Liberia problem is data. So yeah, I agree 100%. But on the blow, I disagree with you, Claudia. Is the government supposed to be one big entity where people collaborate? They do go to cabinet meetings. They do present their findings, information to the president. Now, unless they don't do that, but they're supposed to do that. So if I was the mines and energy minister, I'm looking at what the labor minister is telling the president. I want to see his data. Sorry, I want to see his information, because that's data. I want to see what he's telling the president. I don't have to be there when he's briefing the president, but after he briefs the president, I want to see the minutes or the information he briefed the president on. I want to see it. That will form part of my data. I want to see what LRA is telling the president about how many people, how many artisanal miners will have, how many class A and class B, class C, whatever class they have there. All these miners, I want to know that information. As a mines and energy minister, I want to know that. I do. Because that will form part of his knowledge base. So you see, Claudia, he doesn't have to go be running around to, going across town to go get information. Because all of them meet together. All of them meet with the president in the cabinet meetings that they go for, or the cabinet retreats. he can get that information.
And that's the problem. Retreats. The treats sometimes don't reach the satisfaction of the body, so they have to end up rescheduling until they can have condiments and drinks and other things to retreat with. You know, everything out here is money. Everything is money. Convention is money. This is money. And hosting a body of so many prominent individuals in a room is money. So you find out that the amount of times they should be having meetings and cabinet meetings and stuff, I don't think they're having it the way they should, because there's always the media kind of, you know, siding their focus. You know what I mean? The media too, I think plays a major role in confusing the government sometimes. When they supposed to be going to meetings, boom, breaking news. Their person out do their one. Then they get confused, like, wait, let's go back to the office and address the other issue. We'll get to that other meeting later. You know, so I think it's the distractions causing a lot of the setbacks. If they can just stay focused, you know, cut off your TV. I don't think there's a crime in that. Cut off your radio. I recently learned that the president has a room with these big satellite televisions across corner to corner, wall to wall. You know what I mean? Where you can see all the world news and see everything. And I think it should be turned off for a bit. Just turn it off small, you know, and just listen to the birds that are at your windowsill chirping. If you don't hear a bird chirping at your windowsill, then you know your community hungry. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just have to look around and stop listening around. And I think the distractions will stop.
Wow. That I cannot disagree with that, nor cannot, you know, differ with that. I agree 100%. But yeah, so I think you must already talk about the issue very lengthily, so we're going to pass on now.
Mr. Wright?
Oh yeah, Mr. Zala, you were
Mr. Wright, before we go, yeah, I'm here. Yeah, so I just want to give information on what this Claudia was saying. I think the reason the information is available today is not because the government is open, it's because we're in the information age. So whether you agree or not, the information is still going to come out. I think that's why I just want to contribute to that point.
No, but do you also agree, as she's saying, the government
whether you agree or not,
the government corroborate the information?
No. Yeah, I got that point. But the point I'm saying is that the recent information is available today is because we're in the information age. Like for you, Mr. Wright, there are things you're saying here that I may not know. There are things she's saying I may not know. But because we're in the information age, the information is out there very fast. It's not like before where it might take a year to know about something you're supposed to know about today. So that's why information is out there readily. That's what I'm just trying to say. I'm not saying she's wrong for saying the government is not corroborating. I agree. But the point is, it's because we have information. That's all. And because we're in the information age, that's why information is always out. That the case of Pudu Mountain, nobody gave it to us. You just go wrong on the internet right now and say Pudu Mountain. You hear about Pudu Mountain. You know, even the particular how do we call that? The Asala Meta. All this, when it first started, nobody knew what was happening, but today people know. By the time the day, everyone gets all the information. So I'm saying it's because we are in information age. That's why I don't want to go through. I'm not saying she's wrong. Right.
I mean, I know. But before we move on, now that you brought that up rather. If that is the case, I mean, I don't disagree with you that information comes out, you know, freely nowadays. But if the government don't come out and say yes, you know, let's say for example, in the case of how you call it, the Kuyate guy, you know, what happened to Kuyate now? Because he's the hottest news now on the block. It was there. Everybody saw it. I mean, the video is out there. But if the government don't come out and say, you know, yeah, we disagree with him, and it sits out there. You know what I'm saying? It sits there. And for me, Mr. Zaza, this is where I differ, because the government has to agree officially or acknowledge officially whatever information is out there, you know, in the information space, or like we say through the grapevine or on the streets, in order for it to be official, in order for it to be newsworthy. If they don't come out and say, yes, we acknowledge this or speak on it. Like, for example, again, another, you know, practical example, the Burkina Faso issue. It became a big news, right? until it became big news when Kula Fofana, I'm sorry, did her press conference. We knew she was speaking the government's mind. That's her job. She speaks for the government. She speaks for the office of the president, for the executive mansion. And when she spoke, it became big news. So yeah, it's there, but they got to be able to come up and say it. They got to be able to come either acknowledge it or distance themselves from it. And for me, they don't do that enough. They don't do that enough to my satisfaction. Maybe I'm a little,
Yes. No, maybe it depends on your society, but I think you are right. And the reason I say it depends on your society, not that you are wrong, but the way you see it, they don't see it that way because of where they find themselves. So it depends on the criteria that is being set by the environment they have around them, the environment they find themselves in. So what you consider as not being enough, people might say, at least we are there, like nothing. So at least we can hear it, at least. They'll say, it never happened in Ellington, it never happened in Wiata. And they don't. That's what they'll tell you. Yeah.
Yeah. But thank you, Mrs. Oz. I think to you, Claudia, we're ready to knock this out. And so I want to go down to the next. This is going to be our last topic for the night. And Mr. Nipizuna going to listen in language because he can't talk. Look, I beg to differ with Mr. Nippet. I always say on the show we are privileged to have him because of the wealth of knowledge that he brings to this particular conversation. He's a well-rounded man, law enforcement, diplomatic expertise, soccer, and you name it. He's well-rounded in most of the fields. But from my administrative background, I have to differ. And here's why. And we're still on the issue of Mr. Kuyate. Mr. Nepe is of the opinion that within his field of discipline, within the diplomatic community, he should have gone and shared his notes with the requisite authority. And then they were going to identify his talking points. They were either going to have a whole buy or a semi-buy, or they're going to strike out some of his points that he was going to discuss, that you're planning on discussing in that group discussion that he had. Now, I don't disagree with that. Again, that's just normal protocol. But why the question then becomes, why did Mr. Kuyate, Ambassador at large, because if we let's say we take well, we don't have to, but we agree with Mr. Nippet. That's what should have happened. But it did not happen. So now let's speculate why it didn't happen, because none of us here have the reason why it did not happen. So let's speculate. We're going to make a very educated guess. We are allowed to do so. I will make this educated guess that Mr. Kuyate did not do so, not in a blatant insubordination. Thank you. Insubordination to his immediate boss or to the president of the nation. I beg to differ on that. And again, I want to explain further. In my experience, when somebody said, in for example, in the corporate world, in government, everywhere, when there's something called onboarding, to onboard people, to bring them into your organization. You do the necessary planning. You do that. Now, I don't know if it takes place in Liberia, but only Mr. Nippet can tell us this, especially in context of this Mr. Kuyate's role, do the ambassadors undergo onboarding where they are brought together and explain the do's and don'ts, the high roads and the not so high roads that you must take, all the available tools available to you, the resources that you must explore before you go out there executing your job, the rules that govern your activity, the guardians put in place that will guide you as you go out there to do your job. That is the onboarding. Mr. Kuyate seems to be a very educated guy. He seems to be so. I don't know that to be true, but I think he is the guy who carries himself well. And he speaks eloquently. He seems like a well-rounded guy. So my point here is, if Mr. Kuyate were properly onboarded, brought into the fold of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and told how he should conduct himself, especially in such a forum where he made those comments, I don't think Mr. Kuyate would have exhibited any insubordination. And so, I'm going to say this, that Mr. Kuyate was not properly onboarded, was not made aware of these guardians, of this guideposts that was set up, that you must pass through when you are going into such a forum to speak. Even though as an African, you are aware of the trauma and of the biases that you have faced and your country have faced and your continent have faced. And so when you find yourself in such forum, you are tempted to say these things. So I don't think he was properly onboarded. I don't think so. Was it said to him in passing? Oh, welcome aboard. If you want to talk to me, I can talk to me. Let me know what you want to say for what you say it. In that kind of, informal, how you call it, conversation. Oh yeah, you don't just say what you want to say. You got to kind of talk to me first, your boss, before you say anything. Informal setting. You call the person in your office, they can sit down right, man. In the place, don't talk. You wait till you can't talk to me for. Let me see what you want to say. That's informal. That is not onboarding. That is not. That is not how you onboard people. Onboarding is properly done with documentation. You signed. There's something called NDA, non-disclosure agreement. You sign this, but you don't go out and say it. We'll train you. We'll show you. And then afterwards, you sign, acknowledging your training and your proper onboarding. I don't think Mr. Kuyate got that kind of onboarding. That is an educated guess. Why? Because Mr. Kuyate, is a well-rounded guy. He's an educated guy. He will not disobey his boss in such an open and blatant fashion. I want to stop right there. Claudia, I see you come in.
Yes. For those that are listening to the program, they might be wondering, what did he do? What did he say? and what was the result of that? If you could just kind of give us a brief on that.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. So, Mr. Kouyaté is, first of all, I don't know who is he. Mr. Kouyaté is not a UPist. Mr. Kouyaté was one of the forerunners in the one of the standard bearers in the just ended presidential elections. In the second round, he threw a weight behind Mr. President Boyka and the Unity Party, forming the Unity Party coalition. Yes, supporting coalition. There you go. And when the Unity Party won the election, he became ambassador at large to represent the government of Liberia. Now, he attended an international forum recently. Now, forgive me, I can't remember the location, but I think probably somewhere in Europe. And there were a lot of Europeans in a forum at that meeting, and they were speaking of many issues. He chose to speak about the issue of investment and collaborations and development. When his time came, he took a Pan-Africanist stand. In a nutshell, he spoke about concessions, agreement that are signed with so-called investors that come to Africa. Those investors that come from Europe and other places, but mostly Europe, that come to Africa to invest. Mr. Kouyaté then said, in a nutshell again, that most of the investment vehicle that we sign on the continent of Africa, they do not benefit us. Okay, Mr. Melvin Tapper, you're watching from Africa's Giglo. Thank you, Mr. Melvin. Thanks for watching. He said most of the vehicles, most of the contract vehicles, the concession vehicles. I'm talking when I say vehicles, these are concession. How do you call it? Contract terms. The contract vehicles, they do not represent the interest of the host country. Host country meaning you own the mineral, like for example, Liberia and Mittal Steel. We are the host country. We own the minerals. Mr. Mittal came with his company and said, I will invest $25 million. But in that same period, I'll invest $1 billion. What we didn't know is our own money that Mr. Mittal is going to put back in there to let us know that he invested $1 billion. He never brought $1 billion. He never did. $1 billion never came to Liberia. What came to Liberia was way less than $1 billion. Not even close. So when you see all that watching machine to put on, I call it a watching machine, to take the debt from the oil, and then they put it on the ship to carry it, and they pretend that they're doing something, the production level is going on in Liberia. That's a lie. Nothing happening on there. Nothing. Nothing of value is happening there. All right? You also can take the oil then and wash it with your hands. You ain't see iron oil. I know I saw the place on Iron Mile in Liberia. That's the oil right there. Okay? They take them and then they wash it. And say, oh, yeah, we added value to the... No, none of that happening.
Mr. Wright.
Yeah.
Mr. Wright, I shared a speech with you. If you have the time, you can play it.
Okay. Yeah.
Mr. Piatas, the one that put you in trouble. Maybe for clarity, so that we'll understand where we are. If we have the time now, you don't have to, but I'm just saying if you have the time, you can play it.
No, we'll play a little bit of it. I'm glad you did that.
Yeah.
A little bit of it.
Okay, thank you.
Let me put this down. I got all this. All right, there you go. Good. So let me. Oh, I still got a lot of stuff here. Hold on. Okay. Good. Yeah, so you know that is, and that's a land, Mr. Kuyate. Okay, there you go, right here. Oh, let's play it. Okay.
Okay, so can I come in a bit?
Okay, hold on. Let me move this. All right, come in a bit before I play it.
Okay, if you have something to play, then we can wait for that.
Yeah, let me play it so you get a good idea of what he said, and then you'll be able to, respond.
Our problems have been the Europeans. You came in the name of colonization. Here, Speaker of the Parliament here, and we are having this event at the Parliament of the Italian people. We want to say to you that Africa is a continent of nobility. Africa is a continent of dignity. Africa is a continent of sovereignty. Our problems in Africa have not been Africans. Our problems have been the Europeans. You came in the name of colonizations. We accepted you as our brothers, and we embrace you as one people. And you took our natural resources earlier without any concession, and later on gave our independence. And you do something called concession. Africa problems today is concession. Every concession agreement signed in Africa are against the African people. No agreements, whether in agriculture, whether in the mining sector, whether in oil and gas, in every sector on this planet, every concession between Europe and Africa has been win and lost. Win to Europe, lost to Africa. We are using this platform, as you have come to listen to us, that Africa wants to breathe. Africa wants to showcase a potential. We are talking about Africa having over 600 million young people in the next 10 years or few years to come. But have you asked yourself, those young people, what is the future of them? Today in Africa, like my country, Liberia, the oldest country in Africa, who got independent in 1847, we have 65% of the population young people. Out of the 65%, we have 40% of them jobless. Why are they jobless? Are they lazy? No. They are jobless because there's no opportunities for them. Every concession agreement that has been signed in Africa, in Liberia, have been for the foreign investment and against the Liberian people. On behalf of I'm very grateful that today we have the Speaker of the Parliament here.
I don't know Kuyate, but I just listen to it for the second time. I gotta find you and give him a big hug. But Claudia, go ahead, please.
All right, so this is someone that I know personally, meaning I've met him, I've been able to see his work, I've been able to see his passion and his genuine love for Liberia and unity and togetherness. Because as you see, he's a Muslim. He's probably from the Mandingo tribe, if I'm not mistaken. And he's also the little brother of the late aspirant Papa. He was someone that was very politically engaged in Liberia before his death, leaving that spirit of engagement in his brother that we are looking at now. Well, I know that he has Liberia at heart, and I know he didn't say it with any pun intended. You know, I think he was trying to make a point, but didn't use the rightful choice of words. Some people force English series, as we put it, so hard that, you know, a word like potato could be potato. You know what I mean? And it's sometimes when they don't use their grammar properly, it could mean something totally different than what they're trying to say. you know. And secondly, I know he wouldn't say something if he didn't have proof of what he's saying, because he's a guy that does door to door. He's someone that goes to community to community, household to household. There was this little boy, he was 14 then, they called him Take Drag. He was addicted to drugs. This was 2019. And Honorable Keita saw him as someone he wanted to help. And it wasn't because he saw the boy. I mean, it was hundreds of kids, all at-risk youth. But this little boy, in the process of my interviewing Honorable, he came to me, he was like, "Hey, Moshe, I'm hungry." And right away, the whole interview stopped, and he looked at this kid, and he was like, "Are you hungry?" He was like, "Yeah." He was like, "How would you like to live with me? Because you're literally making me cry." And he started crying. He burst out crying, you know? So I saw the compassion in him. He really has a dream to lead. It will take a bit of time, because he's contested, not once, maybe twice. And it's always been a flock, you know, because he hasn't been able to have his voice heard. And I think that this was a silent way of getting his voice heard. And finally it's being heard.
Oh, that was so beautiful to put. Beautiful to put. Thank you. I think even you give us some more insight on who Kuyate is. I don't even know this guy. I really didn't. But you're saying he's been running, and the fact that he does some humanitarian work, that makes it even more beautiful.
I hope to have him on the program. If you could schedule a time, I can get you some information. Maybe get his number and stuff.
Whenever you get him, let him talk to him. Tell him, we want him on the show. Yeah, let me talk to him. Yeah, we're gonna schedule the time and everything.
And I'll drop him.
Alrighty. All right, guys. So we got 8 minutes to go, and Mr. Zaza, I hear you on this. I already said my own piece in the last 8 minutes we have.
Yeah, thank you. I think you guys, it was a good show. Thank you for keeping us up. I'm also leaving at the right time. Thank you. I think what really helped Mr. Kuyate in that speech was when he said you came to Liberia, and with over 60 concessions in our country, you could laugh with our corrupt legislature. That's what got him angry, because he said our legislatures are corrupt. That's the only reason he wanted to apologize, because he said we're our corrupt legislature. But every other thing that he said, whether it was wrong or right, it was not that concerned, but because he said the legislature is corrupt. So that's the problem we got. But thank you. Have a good day. I'll talk to you again, please.
Are you going to be able to get the other two, or you want me to grab you?
I just want to say something on that corrupt officials. When you use the word corrupt,
you get close. You put your closing comment in the two.
Okay. All right. So when you talk about corruption, it has heavy weight in Liberia, because there's a word that we've designed, to be of weight. No more are you a criminal. No more are you this, you're that, you're corrupt. And when you hear the word corrupt, it can mean so many things, but not in Liberia. Corrupt means you steal money. You know what I mean? That's it. So that was not a harsh statement. It's reality. Corrupt it doesn't mean the individuals in the legislature. It could be the Constitution. It could be the laws. It could be the concessions. It could be the policies. It could be anything. You know what I mean? And knowing that Liberia is not stable yet, to have that ability to be fair. I don't feel we're fair yet. We still have a lot of work to do to be fair, because we're still politically divided. We're still religiously divided. We're still gender divided, because I don't think genderly is a word. So you talk about that corruption, the corruption of not having everyone on the same table. Here it is now, we're talking about all this money in the government. Nobody know how it got there. Nobody know how the function goes. So that's the corruption right there. You don't say it, but it's right there. It's visible. So it's better he says it so people can understand. All these concessions, and just as I stated earlier, it was done under a lot of corruption. I mean, people had their own personal interests. This is my county. I'm the representative. I'm the senator. All right, so look, let's try to do the concession the way it would also help me build my house. You know what I mean? Or help me do this and put my kids and all their friends in school. So that's what he meant. And I agree with him. He just has to take it easy the next time and use a word that will confuse us, because we know what corruption means. He should have put something like discombobulated, legislate, another word. It's the word of choice, a word he used that is kind of scrutinizing him right now. So that's all I wanted to say. But I do want people to know that I don't support politics, but I support human beings that have the same love for fairness as he does. He's a fair guy. He wants a fair play and he wants a fair opportunity to be empowered so that we can see that he's genuinely somebody that has knowledge of what's going on and wants to help what's going on. And I think that's what he was trying to say. The next time anyone wants to do business with us, it should be done in a way where they're sure that that's the right person they're doing business with, and having all the players on board, not just the legislative, but also just ordinary people. Sometimes we have organizations and stuff that interconnect with our government. Sometimes they need to go through them too as well. So that's my parting statement. It was a very good night to be back on the show again, and I hope to have the same opportunity today and so forth.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Claudia. It's always wonderful having you on the program. Everyone's excited having you back. Thanks for the beautiful, you're really engaged. You engaged the show tonight. Thank you so much. Your insights are beautiful, beautiful. But look, I don't disagree with you. I think I agree with you on the fact that this could be an opening for him. Like I said, I never knew the guy, never heard of him. But here am I talking about him, admiring him, saying I will give him a bear hug if I have seen him. Just listen to what he just said on that tape. I'm a Pan-Africanist. I'm a Gaviot. I wear the badge of a Pan-Africanist. I'm a Rollingist. I'm a Jerry Rawlings fan. I die as a Rawlings fan. You know what I mean? And I am a Gaviot. So when I see somebody speaking in that tone, I appreciate that. I appreciate it to my bone. I do. And I couldn't be happier and joyful.
So the time is eating up now, Mr. Right?
Oh my God. You got okay.
Apparently you never thought about me because the time is eating up.
I said it over and over. I said
in 2 minutes. What can I say in 2 minutes when you consecutively because I had the people coming in and going out? Well, I started right on to let you know that we need to encourage the other panelists. Because the day has not been on set for a couple of days now. And I think we should be interested in finding out, sharing our work, which is doing. The same way with Mr. Castle. Mr. Castle himself has not been coming on. So we want to do just that. Mr. Lugo is always on. So something has happened. Yesterday and today, it's not on. We need to reach out to him and find out what's going on. The subject matter, we've had a conversation. But understanding should be brought to certain matters. The foreign ministry does not operate like any other agriculture ministry, the finance ministry. This is why the deputy minister of foreign affairs is the second person in that country, not the deputy minister of administration. When you learn understanding the institutional framework, you should have Mr. Kuyate, whether he is a Gaviist, he is a Lumumbaist, whatever he is, he did not make himself ambassador at large. He is ambassador at large because the president of the Republic of Liberia had appointed him. So he is his agent. He is his agent. All foreign service officers, whether domestic or international, you cannot speak as Bishop Kuyate had spoken. And to give Mr. Kuyate credence is to not understand the functionalities of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And I think Mr. Kuyate had inducted himself even long before he started speaking. When he is a Gavis, Uname Kwame Kumashi, Uname Dumuyashi, Uname Gaddafi. No diplomat speak as he did. A trained and polished diplomat doesn't speak as Mr. Kuyate did. So to be lowered on this one Kuyate's issue when he shot himself in the head is being disingenuous to the government. And you stated that the foreign ministry had inducted itself. No. You want this way? Yeah. The foreign ministry did not induct itself. It is Mr. Kuyate who has inducted himself. But the conduct, his conduct at an international forum, his vice conduct. I hear somebody say he's educated, he's polished, he's a do-to-do. No. When you have to serve with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, you cannot, they don't care you say, oh, today, this is what you're supposed to do. Because Kuyate who wanted to be president, he didn't know that he was jumping in the water that he should have honors to. Policeman thinking. And people are there hailing him as a hero. Why should you kill somebody that can live? What the traditional people say, if you don't know it, don't venture in that territory. Because you will make some deep mistakes that you will regret. You're not working for Martha David, you're working for Martha David. Kuma be gone. So he was not speaking as a pan-Africanist. He was monomating the function of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Not only that, he went overboard by seeing people corrupt. And he sought consultation. If you are consulted with his bosses, foreign ministry, and then elevated that conversation with the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. Honor whose mandate or honor whose aegis or honor whose direction he has been or was appointed as ambassador at large. So he didn't understand the function of being an ambassador at large. Then he just went on a solo venture to go and talk something that he had no business talking. He was not sent that to criticize the international community. There's a subtle way that will phrase the language. When you are speaking as a diplomat, there's a way to phrase it. The person who is responsible to have spoken that way will be two persons only. This are Foreign Affairs and the president of the Republic. They have no kind of authority to have spoken at that and that position that people before this time I have. And I need one of your sons, the late John Bear. John Bear was an agent of the Ministry of Land, Mines, and Energy at the time it was. He would not have spoken the way he did. Because John Bear understands governance. He knew that you were working for President His Excellency Samuel Kanyan-Joe. So he could not have gone. Ambassador at large, I gave this special opportunities. If you were the ambassador at large in my government, for instance, I'll tell you, go to Guinea, direct meetings to the president of the and see how we can partner in education. All my students in Liberia to go and learn French. And then some of his people can come and learn the English language.
Okay.
So you go and deliver that message. When you're not going to the Guinean president and you start talking all the way, he broke himself down. And I give you a typical example. I was as a political officer for 11 consecutive years. Bachelor was to look at the political scene, analyze the political scene, report on everything that was happening in the United States. In most instances, are really determined how the presidency was being run. But whenever I went to the State Department, I had to seek guidance from the ambassador. Given the critical nature of what we have to discuss or I have to speak on, the ambassador would draw the attention, bring that matter to the attention of the Minister of Foreign Affairs or the ministry, and then they will give us appropriate guidance. Based on the guidance, the ambassador will tell me, this is the corridor in which you can speak. This is your latitude. Do not go beyond this place here. I will prepare my talking points based on the guidance that have been given to me by consultation. Then I will go. So he has never been a trained agent. But the president was magnanimous to have offered him that seat. As people said, he was running in the election. So it's just like what the Negro brothers say about the spoil, when something spoils. So he had to get a piece of the pie.
Okay.
So it was a very good show, but I don't want us to deliver on Mr. Keita because we got more pressing issues. And I said that. We got more pressing issues like the Burkina Bees. Because we will not be sitting in studio on these sets if the Burkina Be, the 180,000, the Burkina Be start as the mushroom and take over the country. There will be no circum or no way for us to have our show.
Okay.
Because we will be in sympathy with our people based on what we see in our country. So let's be very intentional here when we're talking about the Republic of Liberia. When I go wrong, don't pat me on the back and say Mr. Libby was not right because he spoke as a Pan-Africanist. Who said he got to be a Pan-Africanist? Say Mr. Baka, President Baka, His Excellency President Joseph Baka, or Mrs. Yanti, Beslo Yanti, Sarah Beslo Yanti, Her Excellency, sent him there to be a Pan-Africanist. So the man shot himself. We have to analyze the situation and understand what we are saying. And not to only talk because we want to talk, and then they say, you're in the government, you can't talk like Mr. P. When you leave and get then you can talk like Mr. P. I've had several of those instances where I made my point clear. But I have to be gentle to raise the issue with the ambassador. The ambassador saw the point. He said, Mr. Nibbe, let us raise it with the foreign ministry. Foreign ministry saw the point. And then they authorized me to go and speak. That's how you do it. That's how you marshal the interest of the Republic of Liberia. You just don't talk because you get on white shirt or you get on blue coat. These are the kind of damaging effect when we have people like those in a position of trust and confidence. They will breach that trust and confidence. And that's what he actually did to the president and the people of Liberia. They didn't send you there to be a caveist. No. So thank you so much. The show has been a very good show. But we let's be careful when we addressing national issues.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Christopher J. Nepe, or J. Christopher Nepe, as always. It's a pleasure having your analysis on the show. One thing I want to say before we close up, we'll have two possibilities tomorrow. We're probably going to have the Secretary General of Liberty Party, Mr. Colette. Let me get his name correctly. Mr. Martin C. Colette. Mr. Martin C. Colette. Or we're going to have the Liberia Cyber Warriors team that is leaving on Sunday for Ghana to compete in the ECOWAS cyber security competition. Either of these two. We're probably going to have the both of them, or we're going to have one of them. So we're working on that. A veteran swimmer, so we're in the background working it hard. But tomorrow is promising. It's going to be a very great show.
Mr. Wright?
Yes, sir.
3 seconds request. We have a critical issue that I want us to keep on the front burner. And that rid ourselves of this creator business. What is the issue, the Burkina Faso? It's a national security imperative. And we should make sure that we can drum into that and be the town crier so the government can start doing the right thing, because we are in trouble. Okay. And there was a lady who said that, and another gentleman.
Okay. I think he lost line of sight. Mr. Zaza, I think he's already giving you a closing comment. Alex?
I'm saying, you've been talking.
Yeah.
Zaza ate all the time.
Zaza, yeah?
No, I appreciate that, because, you know, when a man has not been coming to work for a long time, he wants to familiarize himself with the territory again.
Okay.
So I appreciate that. But let us check on Mr. Day, and thank you so much. We are talking about Claudie, and then you fast track that, and we're glad that she has come in.
Yes.
But don't forget Mr. Cassell. Let's have a full team of discussants.
I'm telling you, we're going to have a full team. I told you this week we're going to come out. Today, this week we got Mr. Zaza is back. Claudia is back. Mr. Smith is back. So we're going to be on the program tomorrow.
And then I want you to pass by Honorable Horton.
Mr. Horton will be our guest, special guest on Saturday.
Was Mr. Kuyate right? Yes, he will be right if he had gone on his own and invitee.
Well, I didn't get the question. You want me to pass it by Mr. Horton if Mr. Kuyate was right?
If Mr. Kuyate was right to speak the way he did as an ambassador at large.
Okay, I'll do that. So
and tell him that the precedent at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is to seek consultation and clearance. Based on the consultation and clearance, you do a paper. Okay?
All right, I'll definitely call into them before I go to bed and let him
call a talking point, and you go according to the talking point.
Exactly.
Even if you want to.
All right, you're breaking up, Mr. Nippin. We gotta go. It's 8:13 in Liberia. It's 12:13.
Not just making up information.
Okay, we'll do.
We have people like Mr. We have people there who were ambassador at large long before Mr. Kuyate, and they did not behave as they did.
All right.
With that, thank you so much, and thank the radio audience. And everything went well, and we are happy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bye
Thank
for now.
you too for making that push on Claudie, and I don't think we would have been where we are if you had not, made that push. Thank you so much, and tomorrow we'll be back here in full swing. We'll try to get most of the panels. We're coming back together, people. We're going to come back strong. The panels are coming back on. Now we'll hand it back to Mr. Alex Wulu to take us home. Mr. Wulu?
All right, so let me say many thanks to all of you. Thanks to Mr. Nepe, Mr. Zaza, the co-host, for always being here to educate our people. Today's show was great. I'd like to always appreciate you guys for taking upon your own time, to be here. Sometimes I feel weak. It will open the phone line. Our own people who issue you guys are discussing today will just play their ear to the radio without calling and making their own contribution. Mind you, all of you are in America. None of you destined the fighting. It's all tomorrow that will be crying here and there. And these are the same issues which you guys in the stadium for getting rest. So I think as we are talking about this issue, is trying to bring it to our attention so that we can, be able to speak out and don't let us appear in front of us tomorrow. But however, this too is Liberia, so that's it. I just want to appreciate every one of you. I will be back here Monday because my 3 days already over. So,
okay.
Yeah, so I'll be back Monday.
All right. I mean, that's good. Yeah, that's good in the way you're sharing. Because it's tough. To have somebody doing straight 6 days is not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. All right, guys.
And let me commend you on behalf of the management of the studio. You are so fantastic, Alex. Alex. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Mr. Nibisi, you are very fantastic.
Thank you.
I was commending you. For hard work.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Chief.
Okay.
All right. That's it tomorrow.
All right. Have a good night, guys. Same time, same place tomorrow. Let's do it. Bye-bye. Have a good night, guys. Same time, same place tomorrow. Let's do it. Bye-bye.